everyone, I'm Kathryn and today we are talking about an epic thing. It's Eurovision, guys. Before I begin though, we need to break some YouTube magic because I'm filming this on Saturday. Tonight is Eurovision, but you guys won't be getting this until Wednesday, and so we should know who won Eurovision, but right now I don't know. But that's not important because we're talking about the idea of Eurovision, and I think for the most part Eurovision has sort of become mainstream, and I feel like some Americans, maybe not everybody, knows about Eurovision and what it is. But there's one thing that has always sort of bugged me when people are explaining Eurovisions to America, and that's that they compare it to the Super Bowl. And fun little fact, guys, well, the Super Bowl is something that a lot of Americans watch. More people watch Eurovision because it's just like, wow, I'm an American and I will still watch Eurovision, even if I'm not in Europe, because it's just like, wow. And so the best way to explain what's Eurovision, it's a singing contest. And I would put the magnitude of just how epic this singing contest is in regards to the Olympics, because the Olympics is this whole big contest to find out who's the best athlete. That's what Eurovision is like, to find out who's the best singer, and best should probably be in quotes. But it's not just a singing contest, guys, because realistically, you need to add an American presidential election into the mix. And I say American because like American presidential elections are just like guys, objectively they're really weird. We're not going to be voting for the president until next year in November, but we know like all the participants, and there's already advertisements and like just weird commercials, and there's all this politics, and you might be thinking, how does that go with a singing contest? Because it's Eurovision. It's not just a singing contest, guys. It is political. And I know, I was there in the beginning thinking, it's a song contest, how can it be political? Guys, it is. It is. And so let's break some magic when it comes to Eurovision. Take what I say with a grain of salt. I would highly suggest that you watch Eurovision on your own to understand like the epicness of this. But first off, there are countries who take Eurovision very, very seriously, but it depends on the year, because there are other countries that don't take it seriously at all and will just pick a song and a group to go to Eurovision to troll Europe. And that's like so great because it's those performances that just make Eurovision so epic, because like sometimes the strangeness of the performances, it's just, you're watching it and you think this is weird, but then you have this mindset, well, maybe I'm just uncultured, and so you try and find deeper meaning in the performance, and maybe you come up with something. But at least for myself, I just sort of stop and think, no, this is weird, and just stop it there. There is no deeper meaning, it's just weird. And then some countries cheat, and it's not fair, because I think it's the founding countries, or maybe it's the countries who donate the most money to keep Eurovision going, but there's 5 of them that always go to the finals, no matter how much their song sucks. And it's like France, Germany, England, Spain, and I think there's another one. I can't remember, and I don't have my notes. What's important is that you have countries like Belgium, who admittedly their song this year was not that good, but it's certainly better than England's, because England is never gonna win because nobody votes for England because it's political. And guys, you might be thinking like, how can it be political? The point system. Okay guys, when you watch Eurovision, at the end of it, it sort of runs like a electoral popular vote type system that we have in America, that the public votes, but then you have like these professionals, and I put that in quotes because it's supposed to be people who are in the industry, but I don't know who these people are. I don't think anybody knows, but their points matter the most because they give the points to the same countries almost every single year. And so all the Nordic countries, for example, give their points to each other. Netherlands and Belgium, we always give the 10 points to each other. In fact, there was only one year where the Netherlands, because they're traitors, didn't give us the 10 points. They only gave us 5. And I think it was when Blanche was in the Eurovision Song Contest and she went through, and City Lights was actually a really good song and they only gave us 5 points for that. And I was sitting there like, did we do something? Are we gonna go to war? What's going on? Because the Netherlands always gives Belgium 10 points. Belgium always gives the Netherlands 10 points. It's like, it's a thing. And like guys, when you watch the point system and you see these countries giving their 10 points to these other countries, and it's like, you know that they're only doing it because they're neighbors and they're like supporting each other, even though the song was super bad. I love Eurovision, guys, I really do. And the best thing about Eurovision in recent years is the fact that Australia has joined, because Americans get so much crap about our geography skills. And I can say this, I may not be able to locate where a country is, but at least I know that Australia isn't in Europe. I don't understand why like Australia is in Eurovision. And like, don't get me wrong, Australia, like you're more than welcome to be in Eurovision. I don't know how that happened. How did this go? Like, why isn't Japan in Eurovision, or China, or Canada? Why is it only Australia? Like, where did they meet up and we're like, you know what? Australia should join. I don't know. I'm so sad that Belgium didn't get into it this year. They also didn't get in last year, but really the song this year was just, it was so bad. I shouldn't say that. It wasn't a bad song. It's just performance-wise, the singer didn't have a powerful voice. It was a power ballad. At least it should have been, and the voice was just too weak, and yeah, I knew once I heard it we weren't going to go through, and it was just like, but we were definitely better than the Slovenian song that got through, because that song and performance was just boring. Sorry to Slovenia. I have questions for you guys. If you're outside of Europe, have you heard of Eurovision? And if you have, do you watch it? What do you think about it? And if you're in Europe, I'd love to know what your opinions are about Eurovision, because some people are just like, it's a stupid thing, I don't watch it. And other people are like in my camp where it's like, it's a thing and we get all hyped about it and it's just awesome, and we understand that it's political and it's not just a song contest. Share your comments below because I love hearing from you guys. Give this video a thumbs up because you're an awesome person and I told you to do it. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button and you'll get an orange. That's what I have for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Tootsiens, my appelziens. I have such an embarrassing moment to share with you guys, because in Dutch class, we were asked what a certain word meant. Problem is that when I read the word, it was a completely different word in my head than what was on the paper. And I understood a rustic weekend, and that wasn't the word at all.